Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to a very, very special episode of the 3200. We've got a good one in, man. We've got some guests in, and we've got some more coming in. We're talking, it's the dads versus the kids, man. So, looking forward to starting the show. Stay right there. Go ahead, hit that like, share, and subscribe button. We'll be back right after this.
Hey, the 3200, you know how we connect. 3200 Magnolia was the address. Beaumont, Texas, had to do it like that. Wanna welcome everybody to the podcast. Plenty stories that we gotta explore. From the views of husbands, fathers, entrepreneurs, baby fathers, and workers. I know this though for certain. You gon' laugh, have a good time till your side hurting. 3200, but you already know this. Couple of brothers hard working and focused. Intellectual, entertaining for show. 32 double O, let's go. 3200, but you already know this. Couple of brothers hard working and focused. Intellectual, entertaining for show. 32 double O, let's go. Hey, yeah, make sure that you turn it up. Get the talking, ain't no topic that we do not discuss. Yeah, everything and nothing at the same time. Good vibes, tune in, cause you know it's going down. 3200.
All right, what's up, man? Welcome to the show once again. I'm one of the co-hosts, Ike here, man. Like I said, we got some guests there. We got Jay in the house tonight there, lead dog. What's happening, Jay? How you feeling?
Not much, man. I'm feeling good, man. You know, everybody else saying, but I'm feeling good, feeling great. F them kids.
All right, man. We got a guest, man. We're supposed to have some more kids on, man, and I don't know what happened, man. Well, first, Leo, let's say a little prayer for Leo. He had emergency come in just a few seconds before the show started. He had a family emergency go in. So, man, be impressed with him and his wife as he had to rush his wife to the hospital. So we're praying that everything is okay. He told us the show must go on, so that's what we're doing. We're honoring by doing the show. But special prayers to Leo and his wife there, man. Who was she was one of the guests too on the show. But my kids are here. I think some of Leo kids are going to still jump on. And Jonathan said he yelled at his kid before the show, so he's not on there. I got my beautiful daughter, Erica Mouton, there with me today. How you feeling, Erica?
Great.
Can you hear her?
Yeah, we here.
All right. Erica, what level of school you in? And tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm a junior at early college.
Period.
She's by shower sometimes. Sometimes she's by shower. All right. Then also got my other lovely daughter, Akira. Akira, how you feeling, Akira?
I'm feeling good. I'm a junior at Lamar.
Okay.
You?
Okay.
So you.
All right. You tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm a broadcasting major and a dance minor. I do some work at LETV News. I work in retail. That's what I got.
Nice.
Great. So we're gonna start the show off, man. We had there's another school shooting here a couple of days ago in Nashville. So for once, we got our kids on here, man, but unfortunately there are some families tonight that are going home and they're not by their kids, so they can't do this kind of thing with their kids or embarrass their kids like I'm embarrassing my kids today. But they can't do that, man. So it's unfortunately it's a problem that exists in America, continue to exist in America. So before we start, man, just special prayers to those families and all of those people who are affected by this senseless. I call it what it is, man. Senseless murder that happened there, and I would I've been called to the school several times with calls like that, and thank God, nothing serious has happened. I'm hoping that parents, the government, the school districts, we get together and we figure out a solution to this problem, because it's at this point, man, it's just out of control. So again, prayers to those families that were affected by this, those people who lost their parents, or they lost a mother or sister, a brother. Man, let's just keep them families in prayer. So I guess that'll be my first question for the girls here. The first school shooting, Columbine, was back in 1999, and this, me and Jonathan growing up, we didn't see this. We didn't see this kind of stuff growing up. We didn't have to live with this, but you guys have pretty much lived with this y'all entire lives. Y'all have seen it just about every year, from kindergarten to where you're at now in life. How does these shootings affect y'all? How do y'all take these shootings?
I think it's interesting while we're talking about it while I'm at school. It's sad to see. It shouldn't be happening. It's become a norm, unfortunately, and it shouldn't be. I think schools need more protection. Like, they need more police officers there. And, that one instance in Uvalde, the police officers literally saw him and they waited before they did anything. So not only do they need police officers, they need people who are not just going to stand by and just watch it happen.
What about you, Erica? How has these shootings affected you, or what are you thinking when you go to school every morning?
I feel safe at school, but like as someone who is like considering being a teacher, it's like that's kind of not ideal.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I know my son, he's even homeschooled, and he even sometimes he's like, man, it's tough just walking outside sometimes. He gets a little anxious, a little anxiety. It's just crazy. And the thing is, like what I sent you today, everyone's talking about the AR-15s, but then here you go. We got a whole 60-round drum for the AR-15. So I'm like, what are we doing? What are we really doing? What's the plan? Do we want a max exodus in America, or do they think we have too many numbers? Or I'm just trying to figure it out.
Yeah. Terry, hey, what's up, Terry? Terry says, I've always wondered what younger kids thought about the behavior of kids in school now and what they think the solution is. So I was going to ask that question to y'all too. So the adults were too big fighting. The school districts aren't really actively looking for solutions, in my mind, in my opinion. The government is kind of throwing money at it, but not really enough money for every school. What do y'all guys think is the solution? Is there a solution to it? Is it something the parents need to be doing? Is it the kids, or which way should we go with this to help solve this or lower the number? Because I think I seen, it wasn't school shootings, but I think a number I seen said they already had 1,000 mass shootings in America just this year. And this is March. It's just crazy. So what do you guys think is a solution to try to drop them numbers down?
I told you my solution already. We need more police officers, and we need them to actually do their job and protect the kids and the teachers and whoever's on campus. Not the, like if there's a visitor or whatever, whoever's on, they need to be protected by the police officers.
What do you think is a solution? Or if you don't know a solution, why do you think that the shootings are happening?
I don't know.
Do you know why, Kier? Do you have an idea? What do you think? Why do you think these school shootings continue to happen?
I mean, I said it earlier, but I think they keep happening because it's just become a norm. And so everyone, well, not everyone, but all the crazy people want to hop on the crazy train, So I don't know. People are just losing their minds, you know, and they need to figure that out in their own home than shooting up a bunch of kids, you know, instead of shooting up a bunch of kids at a school.
And this is the crazy thing, you know, which worries me about schools, school districts, charter school, private schools. You know, I worked at a school for 4 years. I did security. So these things would happen every year. Our main concern was we needed another wall to block people, to slow them down. We never could get it. We wanted extra training. We never could get it. We wanted like a gym membership so we can go to a gym. We never could get it. We wanted to bring this guy in. This guy was going to come in and train us for, you know, these types of situations. That's what he does. We never got it. And that's my problem with schools. You know, you see in this every day, and you have individuals trying to bring it up, but they would never address it.
You
So
know,
do you think in some of the other schools?
You know what's sad? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. I think it's really sad that, like, you know how you have like fire drills and tornado drills and stuff like that? Kids are now having to do shooting drills. And that's unbelievable. I didn't have to worry about that growing up. And I can't imagine little kids today having to be put through that, going through shooting drills. That's unbelievable.
Yeah. We got Jaleel. This is Leo's son, Jaleel. We can see his forehead.
Nice forehead.
Out here working.
Jaleel, man, we did a little introduction. I'll let you just tell us a little bit about yourself, man. What you're doing, or what you're working on, or what you're trying to become there.
Yeah, my name is Jaleel. I'm Leo's oldest and best son. Right now, I'm working on being a boss, being a millionaire. You know, that's the dream. Trying to buy my dad a house. You know.
All right.
Trying to buy Leo a Tesla.
No.
But no, I'm going to school in the summer. Well, I start school in the summer for process operating. Gonna try to finish that by the spring, then hopefully get a job at the plant out here in Houston.
All right. So, Jaleel, we was talking a little bit. I'll get your input real quick. We was talking about the school shootings and stuff, and we was just trying to get from y'all, because we didn't deal with the first school shooting was in 99. I graduated in 2001. Johnson graduated in 2003. In between 99 and 2003, it wasn't a whole bunch of shootings. So it wasn't really on our mind when we was growing up. We really wasn't thinking about it. So we're trying to figure out like how has that affected you? You know, you just finished school. Y'all had to deal with it almost every year of y'all school life. How that affected you? How did you go to school? Was it something on your mind when you went to school? How did you mentally prepare for that?
I say it was most definitely on my mind going to school every year, because I knew, you know, every year around like the second semester, so around this time to May, it was usually a school shooting somewhere. So it would be in the back of your head, like, okay, hopefully, like, it ain't my school this year. If you think somebody finna do something, it's all right, I'm gonna stay away from them, or, you know what I'm saying? Somebody say something jokingly about a shooting, it was like I was on 10. Like, I don't know. School shootings now is just, I mean, it's sad to say, but it just became something that I guess is just normal now to happen every year, to happen somewhere. And the crazy part about it is that you never know where it's gonna happen or when it's gonna happen. You can never really, I feel like no matter what we do, I feel like you can never really prepare for that, for something like that, because we're always going to find a way to do it some way, somehow, no matter how much we try to secure a school or something. It's always a student or somebody inside the school, so it's kind of hard to prepare for something like that.
Cool. And he said he was thinking about it. Are you thinking about it constantly at school, or is it even on your mind at school when you go to school?
No.
What about you, Kim?
I mean,
I honestly thought about it earlier this morning. Like, I think about it before I go to school. And I just pray. I mean, obviously I don't want it to happen to anyone, but I'm also praying, like, oh my God, like, please don't let it happen to me either. Yeah, I think about it every now and then, you know, especially since they just had a shooting like not too long ago, you know, once it happens again, it's like, you know, you get on edge. So
Yeah. Okay. All right. Cool. All right. We'll move on from that one, man. Just move on. Like again, man, we saying prayers for them families, and hoping everything works out. Hopefully, someone finds a solution to it and things get better. And we want you guys to be honest, man. So just be honest. Don't worry. Ain't nothing. You know what I mean? We just talking. Nothing's gonna happen to y'all if you say something. But
I wanted to add on to that whole.
Oh, go ahead.
The thing is, you can never stop someone, but you can prevent less casualties. So you don't want World War II to happen again. So you do all these strategies. You train every day, so this doesn't happen. You negotiate. You talk, and that's what we're trying to. That was our thing at our school. We want to bring more barriers. We want to slow that person down. If we can slow that person down, because we got individuals close by every door, and we got cameras everywhere. And once we used to see people, we'll jump on them, So that's the thing. We want to slow them down to prevent less casualties. 0 casualties is the best.
While we're still on the topic, I actually watched this TED Talk on I watched a TED Talk on YouTube, and it was called "I Was Almost a School Shooter," and it sounded very interesting, and I wasn't sure that I wanted to watch it, but I watched it, and I recommend watching it. I know it's hard. It's you can't even fathom empathizing with somebody who's even thinking about doing something like that. But the guy was talking about, I don't know, the people like that, they're normally going through some kind of mental health. Mr. Roy brought that up. And he was talking about he was going through something. And the thing that stopped him was, I don't know if he said he got a text from a friend or something. I don't know. But I do think mental health is definitely a big part of the conversation, because people aren't taking care of themselves and they're taking it out on other people and kids, So yeah.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Yeah. So, like I said, special prayers to those families. Man, we got to figure something out, man. It's going to take, it can't depend too much on schools. We can't depend on the government. Everybody's got to get together and figure something out. All right. I guess my first question there, and Leo sent me some questions. I'll ask those too. I guess what advice or lesson that your dad's taught you that has helped you the most so far in your life?
I'll go since I have an answer. I think about this all the time, but there was this week where you were trying to teach us a bunch of different skills, like writing letters, and I don't know, there's a bunch of things. And there's one day you had us do interviews. Why are you laughing? But you had us fill out answers to interview questions, like job interviews. And it actually really helped. I still look at that sometimes, before I'm about to do an interview. Jonathan is dying. But I don't know. That helped. And I use those tips to this day. It works. I don't know. Thanks.
Thank you, Kira. I don't know. I don't know why your uncle is laughing.
I'm trying to think of that English teacher in Central. Used to always say, "Pull up your pants, young man," and you acting just like her.
Yeah, man. It was that was the first. That's when COVID first hit, I think, and the teachers didn't have any lessons on that fall, and we were all stuck in the house. I said, "Well, if you can't learn the books, well, we're gonna teach you how to write a check. We taught them how to change a tire. We went over how to. We did interviews. We did, Hey, I said, well, we're gonna learn something in this house. And I thought it was pretty good. There, she liked it. She took something from it.
I took something from it. I don't know if I like it.
All right, we'll get back to that question real quick. Terry had a question. He had a question for Jaleel. He says, "What does he think is the major problem facing young men today, and what's the solution in his opinion?"
Message.
And then we'll let Jalil answer it, and then we'll ask y'all the same question. Just young people, total. You know, what's the major problem with the young people today, and what do y'all think the solution is?
I don't know. I think because a lot of young people now, which, you know, I'm a young person, so I don't really consider it a problem, but I feel like a lot of younger people are moving away from working under people. So I think a lot of younger people are really just trying to make names for themselves. Like, they don't really want to work with nobody. They kind of just want to be by themselves and just, you know what I'm saying, work by themselves, which can become a problem. But it's also, I feel like laziness is also in young men. Laziness, you know, falling into the wrong situations, the wrong scenarios because you falling behind somebody that ain't doing too well, or, you know, you get into the wrong situations and now it's like you wasn't even the one in the wrong, but because you was put in that situation, now you're wrong. Now you could be going to jail because you was just there. So I feel like it's just a lot of laziness, following behind other people, not picking right role models. Yeah, I feel like that's the main issue with young men. If young men can put that away and really just set goals for themselves, and, you know what I'm saying, and get right with what you understand, what you need to do and when you need to do it and how you need to do it, it'll eliminate a lot of issues. That's just for me personally, though.
Hey, that was good, man. That was a good answer there, man. Look what Leo did. Look what Leo did. So same question to you, to y'all, to the ladies.
Honestly, I don't know if I have an answer to this question because it's like I don't want to generalize everyone because everyone is so different and everyone has different experiences. So I don't know how to answer the question, to be honest. I mean, honestly, I have a question for y'all. Like, what's the major problem that older people face? You know, or I'm gonna flip the question on y'all because I felt targeted by that question.
Problems, health issues, can't see, can't hear.
I think he's trying to find out pretty much what major problem, you know, are you facing today? Like, what issue are you facing as a young person? Because issues we had when we were your age are way different.
Yeah.
So,
like his problem may have been
health.
even getting into society, but he opened the door for me and Isaac's generation, and we opened more doors for your generation. So what's the major problem that, you know, you are the struggle that you guys may have climbing to get where you want to be at, or, you know, to get to that dream that you guys have?
Yeah. So kind of think about, because you two already graduated high school. You both are in college. And there was a step there, and there's a step you're still trying to do is figuring out life. And Erica, she'll be graduating next year. She'll be right where you are right now. So the problems y'all had, like for us, we was like, okay, you got to go to college, military, do this, or go to the streets. You know what I mean? That's kind of problems we had when we were your age. So what type of problems are y'all dealing with? What major problems are y'all dealing with? And what do you think the solution?
Eric, do you have an answer for this one? Because I really don't have an answer for this.
Yeah, and if you don't have any problems, I mean, that's good.
Yeah.
I mean, I would say, like, you know, I'm not saying like it's like a cakewalk or anything, but I feel like I'm just going through the same struggles everyone else goes through, you know? Like, just
And what are those struggles? Well, what are those struggles?
I mean, that's what I'm saying. It's like nothing out of the ordinary. I mean, like, you know,
well, what's the ordinary? Because what was ordinary to you may be different from us and from Mr. Terry, because we're older.
I mean, you know, like if you're in college, you know, you're trying to save up money and you're thinking about, you know, leaving the house. So you got to, you know, get yourself in order for that. And people are thinking about relationships. You know, you're just trying to make sure everything's balanced out and that you got yourself together. That's the gist of it. I don't know.
So balance.
See, that's good. Yeah, balance. So how hard is it? Just in that same boat there. What problem, like you're in college and stuff. So other kids who did not choose college and did not choose probably military or something, like, How are they getting stuck in that loop? What decisions are they making, or what are they doing different? From your side, your point of view, what are they doing different where they're not moving on?
Are you talking about people who like don't go to college
Yeah.
I mean, college really isn't for everyone. I mean, I know like I knew that like once I graduated high school, you're gonna be like, okay, so what are you doing now? But because that's how you are. I'm sorry. but and like but I don't know. It's just like some people they don't have the motivation, or maybe they think they can't pay for school, or everyone has their own situations. Some people they just want to get a job, get money, and live. So it just depends on people have different wants and needs. You can like mom like mom wanted to go to school for ASL, but she didn't end up doing that. But she's still living a happy, successful life, even though she doesn't have like college experience. You can still make it without college, but really, it's really not for some people. And that's okay as long as you're making yourself happy and you're successful and you got what you want and you need.
Do you guys feel like it's tougher in school when it comes to education, since you guys have so much technology that you can grasp?
Are you talking about like schoolwork wise?
Yeah, schoolwork, getting valedictorian, salutatorian, just anything when it comes to education.
I do, because I feel like education changes all the time. So, I mean, if we're living in a more advanced world, I mean, now you're gonna have kids learning way more about technology more than anything else, because that's what we're moving into, this technology. So they're gonna have a lot more technology-based classes.
Julie, the angle you're at, it looks like you have the most.
Oh,
but okay, what was the question again? I lost it. Schoolwork? Oh,
yeah.
for me, like, I don't know. I do fine on my schoolwork. I think with schoolwork, it's not necessarily hard. It's just you have to put in the effort and you have to make the time for it. That's it for me. Like, I don't. Yeah.
Because I like what I'm saying is, like, me and my brothers and my sister, we were very competitive.
Mm-hmm.
So when it came to grades, anything, and our friends, we were very competitive. When it came to grades, if Isaac had all A's, I wanted to pretty much hit him and kick him in the knee or something. I may have 1B, and then I feel like my daddy, like, dang, and I know he gonna get more money because he got all A's. So that's what I'm saying. Like, do you feel like it's harder, competing to get that job or to get into school? Because like us, we were all military, so you had to take these tests to even make rank. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's why I was kind of going on but you guys answered. You answered it.
Okay.
All right. Mr. Roy said he asked a question to his son, and he also asked him, "What can I do to help?" So I guess same question there. Is there anything that we could do to make it easier or better for you guys?
I know what I'll say.
Is there anything we can do differently? Or is there anything we're not doing that we should be doing as parents?
Are we still talking about school, or are we talking about in general?
Just in life. In life. In life. Because I mean, we raised you, and in our head, hey, I did a damn good job raising you. I raised some superstars, But in your head, it might be something different. Like, Dad could have showed me this, or I could have touched it. Like, is there something we should be doing, something we should have been doing better to raise you, prepare you for where you're at right now?
Yeah, what could Isaac have done? Right.
Well, since we're talking about it, and I'm not going to feel comfortable bringing this up any other time. As far as the grades go, I know, like, and I'm sure Erica and Kale and all the rest of them, they can probably agree with me on this. But like, of course, we want to do well in school and we want to pass. But like, if one of us gets a B or something like that, like, it's not, I don't know. I feel like I talked about this with Mom, but like, there's like a pressure to like, why are we laughing? I'm serious. But there's such like, I feel a lot of pressure to be perfect, and that has And that not only like affected me in school, but like in life. And so like we need to hear that we're doing well, and if we're not doing well, we need to be helped, not,
No, I don't know.
like I don't know, like sorry, I'm trying to put words together. It's just like, especially like being siblings, they do compare our grades, like, oh, Erica got 5 A's, oh, Kale got 4 A's and a B. There's something wrong with Kale, and it's, I don't know. I think we need more, like, what's the word? I don't know. I don't want to say praise, but that's the only word that's coming to my head right now. But like, we need to be recognized for what we're doing well, and like, we can address what we're doing wrong, but like, I don't know. I can't put words together. We can. We need to be like lifted up instead of being beat down for what we're doing wrong.
What you got, Erica? What you got to add to that?
I understand what she's saying. She's just saying that, like, if we do something good, there's like,
it's like, well, that's
like, it's like, oh, good job. But if we do something bad, it's like, oh, really? Like, consequences are stronger than like rewards at all times.
Yeah.
All right.
And I had a talk with Mom about this the other day, but I told her, like, I didn't feel, I don't know, like, sometimes y'all will notice that I'm sad or whatever, and y'all will ask me what's wrong, and like, part of me wants to tell you, but part of me really doesn't want to tell you, because I don't feel like my opinion matters to y'all sometimes, or because like sometimes it'll be like, oh, girls, just sit down, oh, you're just being emotional, oh, you're over dramatic, and so I don't feel like I can always be open and honest with y'all, and that causes me not to talk to y'all, and y'all ask me what's wrong, and I just say nothing because it seems like it doesn't matter. So,
and I feel like that just, it goes to the generations, because my dad's generation before us, it wasn't no feelings in our with our parents.
No.
It was no little, moments with the sobbing music or nothing.
Yeah.
You gotta get it right. I'm gonna tell you this one time, get it right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna whip you till you get it right.
Yeah. I can't. Yeah, our parents didn't care how we felt.
yeah.
It's the struggle right now between those generations.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And here's what I got to say, because the world treats you like that too, and some of the stuff that how people treat you or how your parents are, and you saying, okay, that's rough, but in another way, we got to prepare you for the world, and the world does the same thing. Like, I couldn't tell you the last time my boss told me, good job, oh, I'm proud of you, or nothing. You don't hear that. You don't hear that from work. And same thing, the world, they expect you to go out and do your best. So if I made you feel like I need you to be perfect, and I always tell you that this is not a goal that I put in your head. I always expected you to do your best. So if you brought home a B, and I think all of y'all brought home a bad grade, and I asked you all the same question, are you a B student? If you're a B student, I can accept that and we will move on. But if you think you are better than this B, then I need you to prove it. I need you to show me. Same thing. I've never expected all of y'all to make all A's or straight A's, but I do expect you to do your best. And if you usually tell me like, hey, man, I really tried my best. I had this one I had one test I made a bad grade on or whatever, then I was cool with that. As long as you tried. It's when you're not trying, or you're not doing your best in school, or you're not doing your, you know what I mean? Sometimes when you do your best, you still fail.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Sometimes when you do your best, you still fail. And that is totally understandable. I've done it a lot. But if you're not even trying to do your best, that's not acceptable to me. You know what I mean?
And like, I feel that, I understand that. It's just like, it always felt like even B's like weren't good enough, I'm serious. I'm serious. Like, like a B felt like failing to me. I'm not even joking.
But that's
yeah.
That's good. That's good for you, because your mindset was elevated. See, our speech, how the father speak and the mother speak is totally different. So when I talk to Jeremiah, he looks at it as like, man, he's always on me. No, I'm trying to project you. I'm not trying to push you away, but I'm trying to project you in the right area. If I keep seeing you hit the wall, we got to go up, buddy. We gotta transform and keep moving. But that's where I think a lot of these individuals get confused. All these kids, because I used to talk to the kids every day at school. Man, Leo, go back to
my favorite uncle. I plead the fifth.
Yeah, man. They don't even know you. I live with these girls and your sons. I took care of all of them.
Go ahead and finish, Jonathan.
But I think that's where we get it confused. And I think we as adults, we have to address our tone, and we have to explain and stop directing without explanation.
Yeah.
We have to stop giving directives without explanation, because if you're at a job and somebody tell you do this, that, dude, I ain't even been trained on this. What are we doing? Mm-hmm. So, I think that's where we fail as parents, and that's where I'm trying to get better. Of course, I hurt my son feeling every day. I try to tell him something inspirational, try to lift him up, slap him upside the head or something like that.
Go ahead, Erica had something to add.
I think that with competition amongst grades, I've gotten to the point where it's like, I'm not doing my work seeking my parents' approval. It's like, I did what I did. My work is what it is. And if I have this grade on my progress report or report card, there's nothing I can do about it now. It is what it is.
I mean,
so I think that sometimes you assume that I'm not trying, I'm careless. But it's just kind of like, my job is not to, I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
I feel what she's saying. I still try, I'm sure Erica tries to do well, but I try to do well too. And I don't know. I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, gosh. Erica, can you recap what you just said? I
just said I'm going with the flow.
Okay. Okay. Yes. So what I was going to say is I had to I told you like all that pressure kind of made me feel like I need to be perfect at everything. And so I've had to kind of like retrain my brain that it's okay if everything isn't perfect, because that actually used to make me crazy.
Yeah. But from parents' transfer, we got pressure on us too, because our pressure is we don't want you to fail. Like you talking about how hard we're pushing y'all, but we know what happens, especially being Jonathan, where we come from. We know what happens to the kids who aren't getting pushed. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And so some of it, even like I think Erica scored a lower grade. Anytime y'all scored a lower grade than the last grade, what you playing, Jonathan?
I had to put some music in the background, man. Keep going, man.
So Erica made a lower grade the last time. So whenever y'all made a lower grade before the grade, hey, I want to catch it before y'all get too low. Like, okay, is there something going on? If it's just, hey, this was hard, I can understand that if you communicate that. But if I see a grade that's dropping, then I've got to say, okay, hey, is there something wrong? Is there something I can help you with as a concerned parent? If I didn't care, I wouldn't even ask to see your report card, but I care. I want to know, hey, if your grades are dropping, I want to do something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It's if I don't say nothing, you know what I mean, as a parent, I see your grades slipping, I don't say nothing, let them continue to slip, then that tells you that I don't care, which I do care about y'all. And I want y'all doing y'all best. And I want you to go to a school and become something, but I got to show you that I care.
Question for both of them. Have you ever went back to your parents and said, thank you for inspiring me or encouraged me on this such and such situation?
Probably. I guess Erica has a story. I can't think of why are you laughing? I can't think of a particular instance, but I'm sure I have. I'd have to like Go back in there. Why do you ask that?
Because I mean, just like you guys are saying, you know, I felt this way, I felt that way.
Mhm.
But a lot of parents, they never hear their children come back and say, man, I appreciate you for teaching me or talking to me about this. It helped me. Yeah. We don't get that.
See,
We
y'all
never-
want praise too.
Well,
we
yeah,
all just
yeah.
We put in the
We
work,
all
man.
want
We
to
put
be
in the
all
work.
want.
We put in the work. You wouldn't be using that toilet if it wasn't for us. We put in the work.
Yeah. It's a back and forth thing. I don't think parents really expect it. Like
Yeah.
I didn't tell my dad until like I was in my 20s when everything that he taught me up, you know, for 18 years, when it all started to click, like, oh, this is what my dad was trying to say. I need to do this, I need to do that. I should have listened harder. So that's when it all came together. That's when I was telling my dad, like, hey, I appreciate you, and I appreciate them lessons. I appreciate you not letting us do everything our friends was doing. You know what I mean? Because you were protecting us from stuff we didn't know we needed protected from. So for me personally, I don't really need the praise or I don't need the thank yous till you really mean it. So when it comes, it'll come.
Hey, I got a question. What is
Hold on real quick. Shout out to Leo for not coming on the show, but bumping up in our doggone comments.
in the
section.
comments, man? Put this stuff up there. Hey, I got a question. What's the most embarrassing thing your mother or father ever did to you?
I thought it was gonna take me a second to find something, but I found something in the after a second. So we were in Temple and we went to a Dairy Queen, and I think Erica might know where this is going, but we walked in and my dad goes, "I'll have a big A ice cream," and he said it so loud, and he said it right to the cashier, and I was just like, "This is terrible." I felt so embarrassed. I'm like, this is why we can't take him out the house.
I forgot about that one. Erica, you got embarrassed. You know, y'all got a mama too, man. Don't act like I'm the only one embarrassed.
Mom's not embarrassing.
Yeah, she quiet.
What you got, Erica? You got an embarrassing story?
I can't think of any embarrassing stories because I don't know. Even if you're trying to embarrass me, that's embarrassing for you. I'm not gonna take it. I'm not gonna take it.
You see what I deal with. Now you wonder why they don't get praise around here. They don't get
Oh man. Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah. I thought Kira was going to say I had embarrassed her one time. She had, I probably went too far, I guess, but she had been skipping. No, she wasn't skipping.
Oh no,
school.
we're not telling this story.
She had been. We go to work. She's supposed to catch the bus. You know, me and my wife went to work early in the morning, so they had to catch the bus and lock the door and stuff. So what we had for her to wear, or what she was supposed to wear, she wasn't wearing. She was changing her clothes before she went to school and having different outfits on. And we found out about this. So I had, we went to Goodwill. We made a trip to Goodwill, and I picked out some embarrassing outfits that she had to wear for a week there. So I thought she was gonna say that. Oh, that's crazy. You had another question, Jay?
Nah, I was did you have one from Leo?
Yeah, let me get one from Leo here. Leo says all right, Leo, and this one would be more for Kira, because Erica hadn't left the house yet. He says, what experience have you had since you left the house that have altered how you viewed the world?
I'm sorry, what?
Which you hadn't really left the house
Yeah,
yet.
that's what I'm saying. I still live with y'all.
Yeah, you still live with us. So I won't ask that one. I'll go to the next one.
Okay.
the next one he said was, what beliefs that you were taught at home that have changed since you left the house? That was enough.
I don't think I want to get into that.
Go ahead, man. We free. Nobody getting in trouble for the next hour.
What, for the next hour? Okay. I'll make sure not to come home tonight. I don't know. It's just like, I feel like, I don't know. We have different thoughts on like, well, I really don't want to do this. I don't know. It's like, I feel like your generation is not very accepting of the LGBTQ community, TBH. And I don't know. I like wholeheartedly, like, I support and accept it, you know? So that's one of the things I can't.
Oh, go ahead, Erica. I mean, Kier.
Did y'all hear that?
Yeah, we heard it. You good.
Yeah. I mean, that's the first thing that came to my mind. I can't think of anything else. That was your answer?
No.
No, did
I
you
know
have
what you said.
I said, like, I feel like generation, what are y'all?
Oh, them?
Y'all are millennials. I don't know. I feel like y'all, I mean, like, in general, like, I feel like that generation isn't accepting of the LGBTQ community, and I do support and accept it. I have friends, a bunch of friends that are in the community, and I don't know. That's just one of the things.
Yeah. I think, I don't know, me personally, I'm learning because we weren't taught that, right, Jay?
Nah, you knew what happened back in the day.
Yeah. We come from we come from super religious family, and like things are passed down generation to generation, and your values are put on you, and sometimes those values aren't socially the correct values. I put it that way. So I think it was easy for y'all to accept it because it was something that y'all seen every day, and it was already put in motion. And progression had already been made, but it's not something we had seen every day, and the progression wasn't made every day. So we have to learn to change our mindset and stuff. I think that's kind of where a lot of people that grew up like us are at. Like, we're trying to learn to accept it, and it's just something. It's just a change, and change takes time for people to understand. It takes time for people to grow on people. Yeah. I don't think, and I'll put it this way, I don't think, and I know, just speaking from our family, I don't think anybody hates anybody. I don't think it's a homophobic thing. We might say insensitive things. We might have said some insensitive things because of ignorance, and we might have done some ignorant things because of just ignorance. But I think we're all growing and we're learning. I'm trying to learn. Like I said, I'm still say some things that probably is not right, but I'm still trying to I can't say that, or I can't use this term. And then some things like Erica always get on me about pronouns and stuff. Like, some things is just built in us. Like, we were taught to say yes, sir, yes, ma'am, and do that kind of stuff. Like, so that's a hard habit to break. Like, we went to the military too. You had to say yes, sir, no, sir, yes, ma'am, yes, ma'am. And Erica always gets on me whenever we're in the drive-thru. I'm like, yes, sir, no, ma'am. She's like, you can't say that. I'm like, well, I got to be polite. I'm just trying to be polite in my way.
Yeah, I guess, like, in those situations, like, if you do happen to say yes, ma'am, yes, sir, and they're like, well, actually, my pronoun is this, or I identify as this, and, you gotta be respectful. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I got questions. We got about 10 minutes left. I got one more question. Jay, you had another, did you have a big question? No.
Yeah, I got one more, but.
Okay, and then I'll let Jonathan ask this question. If y'all got a question for us, we can answer that. Yeah. Go ahead, Jay.
This is a question. I'll put both. I'll put Ebony and Isaac on there. How are you most like your parents, and how are you different? Okay. Look at those faces, baby. Yeah, I wanted to hear this one.
Yeah, that's why you didn't let your kids on.
Now, how are you most How do you think you're most like your parents and most different from your parents?
You wanna go for? You wanna go, Erica?
I don't know.
Mm,
Your face expressions says it all.
I think.
Period, mom, slave.
Is it?
Go ahead, Kira.
Okay. For my dad, I get my goofy, like silly side from him. Like we can act stupid, like when it's time to act stupid. like we just know how to have fun. Like when it's time to have fun, and then, I'm sorry, Dad, but I think I get a lot of my bad qualities from you. I think about that a lot. Like I think we both struggle with like communicating our feelings, and we hold stuff in, and we get mad, and we take it out on other people sometimes, or we just like we rather keep to ourselves than. So that's something we both do. Like I think our reactions to things are just similar, and Mom said the same thing. And then with Mom, honestly, me and Mom are pretty different. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know about Mom. I really don't.
And you see why they don't get the inspirations and the praise, man. You see how they do me? You see how they do me? No, I'm just joking. I'm just joking.
No, Mom always talks about how different we are, and we really just are. Like she's very vocal about how she's feeling or what's going on. Like she'll tell you straight like that. She'll be like, "You look terrible today," and you just have to accept it and move on. I love you, Mom, but like I don't know. Me and Mom aren't that similar at all, but I think our personalities complement each other, kind of ish sometimes. So I don't know.
Go ahead. What you got, Erica? Go ahead. Kick me while I'm down.
I feel like me and Mom are like the same person. I don't know what I got from you.
No, your smart mouth. That's what you get. Your smart mouth.
Yeah.
All right. So do y'all have any questions for us?
What have y'all learned from us?
What did we learn from y'all?
Yeah, what have y'all learned?
Patience. I've learned patience from all of my kids. I've learned, even with the community, I saw about community, like a lot of stuff I've learned is from sit downs from y'all and telling me about myself. And it makes me kind of put the mirror back in myself and be like, yo, I got to be more careful on what I say and how I treat people, because it might be offensive to them, even though I might not mean it that way. I've learned to be a little bit more sensitive at times, instead of being so harsh. Like just how we were raised. Our dad was a Marine, so a lot of our raising was Marine-like. It was military-like. We had to have that bed made up. We had to do the cleaning. Things had to be clean. We ain't talk back to our parents. We ain't say, everything was very, very strict on how we grew up. So with y'all, and then it was 5 boys and 1 girl with us too. So I've got a house full of ladies in the Kell. So I can't be as tough on y'all like I was tough on. So I've learned to soften my approach, soften my tone when I need to. Even sometimes when I want to yell at y'all, I try to hold back and say, okay, how do I approach this conversation without hurting their feelings or without them misunderstanding what I'm trying to do? And it still get misunderstood most of the time, or you think I was out of line or whatever. But I've kind of learned to stray back from that and kind of learn how to be a little bit more sensitive. Jay, what you got?
I learned that kids can piss you off.
Oh my gosh.
You want to go back to recreational drugs. Kids will make you want to run away at times and start all over again. But it builds more patience in you, and it makes you a better person. makes you more tolerable to things. So I think it's easier to be around other people's kids, and it's tougher to be around your kids. They
Mhm.
crawl under your skin,
Mhm.
and they get under your skin, and they know it. They know
Mm.
it. But you have to be an adult, and you have to be patient, and just do the best you can. So that's where I'm at. All mine young, so they just working my patience a lot.
Uh, he talked about softening up a little bit. I think what parents don't realize is that like the harder and rougher you are on your kids, the more they're probably going to resent you. So I'm not saying you have to be like super super nice all the time, like but like but like little things add up, and and if you want a good relationship with your kids, y'all give them tough love when it's time, but you also really love them outside of you know just love on
Yeah.
them.
It's when you have kids, you'll see, but it's balanced.
Yeah.
It's balanced. You can't be tough all the times, but you can't be super soft all the times because
Yeah.
kids will learn that, and they'll try to get away with more.
Mhm.
And adults do the same thing. Even people you supervise, they're always trying to see how far they can go, and the further you let them go, they're gonna go as far. They're gonna keep pushing that line. So with kids the same way. You gotta keep kids in line and stuff.
Yeah,
Mhm.
mom is super nice.
Yeah,
Yeah, super
Dad
nice.
sucks.
yeah.
He's in the man cave because he's giving bad habits.
Hey, Christmas is in 9 months. This episode is recorded. Just nah,
What
just
else y'all
messing
got?
around.
What else y'all got? Come on,
You got a question for us, Erica?
something tough
A question?
Yeah, or something.
or something that been on you. Something I did to you.
Well, while we're at it, I watched the my daughter's boyfriend says I'm racist, and I would like to clear something
Oh
up.
yeah.
Uh-oh.
That's
Come
not
on.
my boyfriend. That's my ex. And I listened to the episode, and he didn't actually say that y'all were racist. He said it was just it was hard to. He didn't feel comfortable, because it's two different cultures. He didn't say it's Christmas every day with mom. Uh, but he was just saying he didn't feel comfortable because he's not used. And then Dad, I think he felt uncomfortable around you, but he didn't say anything bad about us or me. He was just talking about how he felt about the situation. So I just wanted to clear that up.
Yeah.
And then y'all talked about y'all talked about being thanked. I think in general, like people just take stuff for granted, and like you can be thankful for something and not say that you're thankful for it. So I am thankful for you and mom and everyone. But we don't talk about it unless it's Thanksgiving or Father's Day or Mother's Day. So yeah.
Yeah. That's the thing. Young men. It doesn't matter what ethnicity you are, white, black, Asian, whatever.
Mhm.
You're gonna feel uncomfortable
Yeah.
when it comes to the father and the uncles. You see it on the movies. That's real. It's real. And she has a lot of uncles, a lot of cousins. We run deep, and we learning more of our roots so we can run deeper.
Yeah. All right. No other questions? All right. One more question from us. What can we do better as parents? Just period on all levels.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about this earlier, but like with communication, like it's not necessarily like what you say is how you say it. And so, if you're telling me to do something like Akira, go wash the dishes, I'll be like, okay, yeah, I'll go do them. Yes, sir. But like if you're like, hey, Akira, go wash those dishes, you're gonna get a different like emotional response from me, and that's gonna make me feel a different way towards you. Just so you know. Be like Uncle Leo, of course.
And Jaleel left too early.
Indeed.
What you got for her? How can we do better?
To piggyback off what Akira said, it's not what you say, it's how you say it. But it's also, you don't say anything at all. Because some people have a habit of ignoring other people when they have like an issue with it. That's all I'm going to say.
Well, that's what I was telling you. Me and Dad both struggle with communicating our emotions. So that's just something we have to work on. And then, yeah, Dad, you do have a bad habit of like ignoring us when you're mad at us. Like, I know it's hard, but don't ignore us for a week. Please.
It's for your safety. Trust me, it's for your safety.
Okay.
Yes.
I see one child saying stop yelling, and you guys are saying stop being quiet. So, what is it? What is it? What is it?
Yeah. If I stop being quiet, it's gonna be some yelling. Now, I say don't take it personal. Don't take it personal. Because sometimes, as men in general, I think sometimes we get quiet because I know what I'm going to say in that moment, and whatever I'm going to do or say is going to probably hurt you worse than what the situation is. Mm-hmm. And I could be just overreacting, and I could say some crazy stuff. Because I can say some crazy stuff when I'm really angry. So sometimes accept the quietness.
No. Because I said
because if I say what was really on my mind, it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt a whole lot worse.
No, like I'm like you. I need time to process things also. But I think like after like a day, I can after a few hours, I can like if me and Erica get into it, which doesn't happen often. But me and Erica get into it, we'll be fine the next day. I feel like you can go days and days and weeks and months.
Yes, because
like I don't know.
It's the build up.
Yeah,
we all do it. It's the build up. We let a lot of stuff slide before we finally get to that top tier pistosity of us just blowing up and starting yelling. But when we start blowing up and yelling, it's the days of it's that and the other.
Yeah.
So that's on us.
Let's do a flip. Let's do a flip of that question though for the dads, because they told us what we could do better. What's something the kids could do better?
Nothing.
Well, I feel like every child, just like myself, I knew my dad's expectations. Okay. I knew what I needed. Look, I'm gonna do the Leo Mouton. Hey, I knew what I needed to do, and I did it. Why did I do that? Because I didn't want to hear him yell. My dad was the same way. He was quiet. He ain't gonna say nothing until he has to. And I know that for a fact. Don't say anything when he on the phone. So the thing is, as long as you know your parents' expectations and do the best you can, that's all I expect from my children. Just do the best you can. And I know when you're not doing the best, and you just know I'm gonna push you. And that pushing might come with a little yelling with it. Might come with a shoe. I don't know.
I think be patient with your parents, like the parents are being patient with you. Like there's things your parents are doing, there's training that your parents are doing that you might not even understand. Like, our dad had us made our bed every day, every morning. We had to have our beds made up, and it had to be straight. Like we couldn't just throw the covers on the bed like y'all do. It had to be real straight military style cleaning up. You know what I mean? And it was all for a purpose. We didn't understand it then. We just like, oh, he's just picking on us. He's just picking on us. But when we grew up, it's like, okay, no, you want, your house needs to be in order. You have to do this. You have to do this. All of this is important to routine. And like Jonathan said, we knew what the expectations was of my dad. Like we couldn't watch cartoons or whatever unless that room was clean, everything. So we did what we had to do to watch cartoons. We do it as you got to do. So my thing is be patient. Be patient with us. Understand that like sometimes you might not understand why my dad is yelling at me about this. This is nothing. Why is my mom yelling at me about this? This ain't no big deal. But it is a big deal. You know what I mean? We got a responsibility to y'all to make sure that you are good, grow up to be good people. So,
KK's fired off, man.
Yeah, she fired off. I should have just brought her on the show, man.
And Kel.
Yeah, I see Kel.
Line blowing up and stuff. And she got the sign.
Understand like stuff you might not understand it now, but you will understand it in the future there.
I hate that.
And then understand too that like the same problems and the same issues that you complaining and fussing about us, your kids are gonna be complaining and fussing about y'all too. Because everything y'all said about me, I said about my dad. Now I'm the same person.
Are just kids you're around, even if you don't have kids. When I worked at that school, kids was like, man, you just old. And it's like, all right, just keep living. Just keep living.
Yeah. Keep living.
What you talking about?
Hey, I do want to say thank you all. I know this is difficult to come on here and share your feelings, especially like right here in front of your dad. I know this is difficult or whatever. So
it's not.
Appreciate y'all coming on and sharing your feelings and sharing your thoughts. My belt will be waiting on both of your butts as soon as the show. Nah, we appreciate y'all. Those who want to catch up with you or follow you there, start with Kira. Kira, how can they catch you there? You might want to plug your show too. Kira has a podcast she does. Go ahead, Kira.
I have a podcast. It's called Back and Better with the Kira Trinity. It's available on Spotify and Anchor and some other platforms as well, like Audible and Amazon Music. You can follow me on TikTok and Instagram at akira.trinity. I'm on Facebook, but I don't know if I want all of y'all on my Facebook. TBH. And that is it.
All right, Erica. If we want to follow you in your life.
I don't want anybody to follow me.
Nobody.
That's good.
We're private people.
All right, awesome. Hey, man, thank everybody, man. It's a good show, man. Good show.
Thank you, ladies, and Jason and Lil.
Thank you, Uncle Jonathan and Dad.
Yep. Hey, do us a huge favor. Make sure you smash that like button, hit that subscribe, and share. Once again, thank you all for joining us on the show. We'll see you next time there. Thank you.
3200, but you already know this. You know it. Couple of brothers hard working and focused. Let's go. Intellectual, entertaining for show.